Hi everyone, this is Tanya Too Good K. Now I've got some shit to say today, so I'm starting this whole new video blog thing, and I thought for the first video I'd start the age-old question I never stopped getting asked. For any of you that have missed any teeth in your lifetime, you know this question. What happened to your teeth? Why is half your grill missing? First of all, I didn't know I made barbecue. It's called a mouth, thank you. So here we go. Story time, bitch. So, once upon a time, I was 21 years old. So I want to say this was like 2012 or some shit. I don't know. I'm not good with timelines. Like, for real, don't ask me when anything happened. It could have been 2 minutes ago and I'll tell you 2 hours. Back to the story. So, I was hard and pressed for cash. I had my own place. Well, not really my own place. I had my own bedroom. It was one of those little Craigslist roommates. It was fucking awful. Completely the weirdest experience of my life. Well, anyways, I was saving this money, like super proud that I had all this money saved in this little Cool Whip tin under my bed, right? I had like $700 for my next place. Next paycheck comes, I'm over $1,000. I'm like, whoa, doing shit. I'm an adult at 21. I'm not spending it on drugs or liquor. I'm doing great. So I find out I need to move out in a month, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I have this money under my bed. Don't even think to check it, because who would check my Cool Whip tin that says money on top? Like I said, I was 21. Obviously, these weren't my prime years on my life. So I'm like, okay. Setting up a place, find a place, like, boom, I got this. Go and check the money. For some reason, like a week before I have to go out. I don't know why. Like I said, money is fucking gone. So I'm like, shit, I need to be out of here in a week. I need to double up my money. I have like $300 on me. I'm going to do something terribly illegal and stupid to make money to make sure I have an apartment, but it's okay. So I hit up this sketchy human being from my town. It was someone I went to high school with, their dad. Super fucking sketchy human being. Did not know this at the time, because I mean, it's just completely normal for someone you went to high school with, their dad to be hanging out with all of us, you know? Super normal. So, he's like, okay, I'm going to pick you up in this van that my girl, let's call her LaQuisha, because it's so far from her name. So I'm going to pick you up in LaQuisha's van, I'm going to pick you up, I'm going to take you to this spot, and we're going to get these things, and then you can flip them. I'm like, perfect, how much are these things? And he gives me this amazing price. I'm like, oh my god, that'd be so nice. And I'm gullible and stupid and don't know anything about illegal situations, of course, when it comes to this shit. So I'm just jumping in, you know, just desperate and ballsy as fuck. 21, stupid as shit. So I get in, what did I call her? Shaquisha? Whatever her name is, Shaquisha, let's just call her that. No, I don't know if it changed. So I get in Shaquisha's van, and sketchy human being parks a car. I'm counting my money. I'm like, why the fuck are we parked in the middle of fucking nowhere in the suburbs, surrounded by trees? All of a sudden, next thing I know, we're going to call this girl Shalissa, because that's just what I want to call her. All of a sudden, I look over, and I see Shalissa, who I do not know is Shalissa yet, pointing a gun through the fucking car. Give me all your money or I'll fucking kill you. So I tucked my money in the front of my pants, and I'm just kind of like, shoot me, bitch. I'm not giving you shit. Like, what? If I'm going to die, I'm definitely not going to give in. You fucking retarded. Like, sorry for my language if that offends some people, but what's wrong with you? So I'm like, no. So I'm like ducking and diving to see if she moves the gun, and my buddy in the backseat, who by the way is still my Clyde till this day. We did it, buddy. You know who you are. He starts ducking and diving to see if she moves, doesn't even like try to follow. Like she has no authority at all. Like this bitch is straight vagina. So my buddy, being the badass that he is, we look at each other. I look at the door, I look at him, he looks at the gun, looks at me, I nod, put my hand on the door, I walk out the car, he grabs the wrist, and he's like, pa, 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 just beating her, not really beating her, I'm a little dramatic. He grabs her wrist, starts fighting for the gun, doesn't hit her, okay, she's in the front, out the window, he's in the back of a fucking minivan. I exaggerate, bear with me here. So, he gets a hold of her wrist, I get around the other side, I grab this bitch by the hair. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, she has a bandana over half her face and her hair's up in a messy bun, which is perfect for me, because then it's just one big cottontail grab, and I can just grab that bitch like the raggedy bunny she is, okay? So I grab her. I do, and I rip her away from the side of the car, take her by her head, pa, 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 to my knee multiple times. Now, may I remind you, I was quiet. I didn't talk like ever. I was very shy, and I had never been in a fight, but I had been dealing with a whole lot of harassment for 21 years of my life, so I was ready to give it. My life was at stake in my mind, so I was like, fuck this bitch. She gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. So, to continue with the story, I'm beating her face in with my kneecaps, wearing milky white jeans. Perfect timing, like, you know, just perfect day to wear my favorite white jeans. My heart still hurts over those pants. Anyways, so, next thing I know, like, I'm kind of blacking out, just beating the shit out of her. I get the bandana off her face. I'm like, you're fucking Shalissa, blah, blah, blah. And I say her last name. And, like, I'm busting each syllable to her face. Okay? Like, you are Shalissa. Yeah, just going fucking off. So all of a sudden I hear, boom, boom. My buddy takes the gun and shoots it in the air. At that point, I got pretty fucking mad, realizing it was a loaded revolver that she aimed at me. It was fucking loaded. So I dragged the bitch by her hair to the back of the van, smashed her face into the tailpipe. Shit unraveled, blah, blah, blah. The girl the next day called the cops, said we jumped her, blah, blah, blah. Took her money, so me and my buddy went to the cops, brought the cell phones of Sketchy Man, picture of LaQuisha's driver's plate, license plate, whatever the fuck it's called. And we brought Shalissa's cell phone as well, and the gun and the bullets. And I told the cop, I was like, straight up, I went to get this illegal shit because my rent got stolen. Obviously, I didn't leave with it. I left with my money. She put a loaded gun to my head. I beat her ass, and the cop was like, I would have done the same. So, like, 3 months pass by. This shit's like nothing to me. I'm like, hey, just at the bar, just like, hey, me and my people walking to a car. That means my back is against the bar, and I have no worries. Now, the owner of the stupid-ass minivan was also the owner of the stupid-ass gun and took her stupid-ass, manly-ass fist and knocked me in the back of the head and then turned me around and knocked my fucking tooth out. That is probably one of my most badass stories ever, because I failed to mention I also pistol whipped the fuck out of the bitch and fractured her nose. So, like, I'm kind of proud of missing this tooth. Like, my small little ass, I stood up for myself. I defended myself at a time that could have been really lethal. I could have fucking died. It could have been the night of my demise. But no, I toughed it out. And on top of that, ladies, let me tell you something. Nobody's fucking perfect. Okay, maybe not everybody's missing teeth. We're born with all our teeth. But here's the thing. Who gives a fuck? If you give a fuck, that's a problem. If they give a fuck, so? It's all about what the fuck you think, because at the end of the day, you're tucking your pretty little ass in bed by yourself, and those motherfuckers are out there hating on somebody completely different because you're not around. So don't ever let somebody tell you you ain't good looking just because you missing something. I don't care if you're missing a leg, an eyeball, an ear. Maybe you're missing a soul. Okay, that's ugly as fuck. I'm sorry, but that's ugly as shit. But here's the thing. Y'all want to know what's wrong with my tooth. Now here's one last piece. Before you make fun of someone, make sure they're not confident in their flaws. Because here's the thing. You can't insult someone that's already ready to insult themselves. And that's my story of how I'm missing my fucking tooth.